this spot.
Here?
Yes, that's what my latest bugs just heard. That's where all the clues have added up.
Clues?
Well, sorta.
Kathy added.
Some of the corrupt police are just plain not even trying now. They're all spooked and outright refusing and forgetting all their codes and special words. Addresses, names, and more are all coming out right in their convos now, especially since they're getting out ASAP with the majority of the list of PR behind bars now. And others are trying to get in the gaps and fill in the power vacuum. The chaos. It's breaking everything down.
So, this is it, huh? The final stronghold. Wait, is this a hotel?
Yes,
Kathy confirmed.
it's one of the best brands, but an oddity among them. All the reviews say the manager there is super annoying, but otherwise the reviews are glowing.
Strange. But if it's not crime, I'm not concerned.
That's just it, though. The problem is that if you look at the reviews, they aren't all from real people. And the ones that are, and are glowing, are from people with a rap sheet, rather long ones the further you go back.
So, they got hooked up here, and got their careers jump-started. This could be bigger than we originally thought. How many rooms?
Over 1,000.
Floors?
It's pretty tall.
Perfect for hiding people away from the regular guests, and saving floors in between to keep any noise from getting out. High-end hotel, and sex slavery built in. Plus the drug connections. All the markup makes up for the lack of room income. Astounding. Can we just burn the place down too?
Tempting.
Kathy mused.
But as you know, too many innocents would go up with it. Even if we waited till after we got them out, other buildings could potentially catch fire as well.
Of course. All right. Let's suit up. And Kathy?
Yes, Adam?
I want you to stay out of this one again. Just in case.
Agreed. Night Shadow added.
Fair enough. I'm not overly interested in getting caught in the hive with the bees. And if our new friend shows up, I'm not interested in trying the smoke she uses to subdue the angry nest. I only have the one mask I made for you. This has all happened way too fast to make one for me.
And that's just it, Kathy.
Adam added. Night Shadow looked on with an eyebrow raising up.
And I want our new friend there as well.
How do you plan on reaching him? Night Shadow inquired.
I have an idea.
Adam squinted with a knowing half-smile of a plan forming.
The final night of the Super Fashion Gala is in full swing, ladies and gentlemen, and in this massive turnout, we have all the major lines from every single brand known to the Western world of wardrobe.
Men in dresses walked down the catwalk, as many looked on with incredulous expressions, unable to comprehend the massive turn of disgusting choices the foreign lines had brought. Fireworks blasted overhead, celebrating the night's festivities and the massive income of potential business. This was the future of attire. Suddenly, the dark room flashed brighter than normal, and everyone jumped at the sounds of a massive noise. Fireworks were going off prematurely above the catwalk at the skylight. The near-deafening sound shaking the building caused everyone to look up, and the light showed a silhouette staring down at them, cape flying in the wind of the blasts.
That's the criminal of the Blue Shadow!
Flashbulbs went off constantly as everyone tried to get a pic of the now infamous hero as he turned and walked away from the massive overhead window. Firing his grapple, he swung out from the roof to the next building.
Come on. Come on. I know someone will have told you, or maybe you saw it yourself, whoever you are.
And just on cue, a caped figure suddenly leapt up onto the side of the Gala Plaza rooftop, its cyan gaze ablaze in the dark.
There you are.
Fireworks moved by Blue from the roof to another building, fired up overhead behind him. The cyan visage shifted his way, and they soon locked gazes. And off Blue went, gone at the next explosion flash, and the darkness was in pursuit.
It's working, Blue. I can see our new friend occasionally leap from the tops of the buildings, not too many blocks behind you from rooftop cams.
I see him. This is too slow. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal our destination.
And before Blue grappled away, another firework went off far in the distance. The Shadow looked up.
The hotel. This is the latest haul.
A thuggish brute and his pal came in, with papers as their van backed to the loading bay at the back of the hotel.
More models? Nope. They've been locked up tight ever since, the incidences. And these are just some crack whores off the street. Fine, but the boss won't be happy. We had too many of them already. Go ahead and process them.
Blue stood near the weather antenna platform on the roof, staring down at the men who had come in to investigate the used fireworks on the rooftop balcony that had shown up after their patrol had walked by. The darkness walked up next to him.
My source says this is the final hub, the main HQ of all their money-making. The head honchos may even be there as guests, living in the lap of luxury. We take this place out, and we end it all. And we may even find their home addresses, if not the queen bees themselves.
They both stared bitterly at the men milling about, one now reaching for a radio.
Are you ready to end this?
The dark figure nodded. Then it twisted something on his belt. The man started shaking his radio like it wasn't working.
Nightingale?
Static only answered. The dark figure leapt down at the two men, its fearful gas already pouring out. Blue secured his mask.
Well, I guess it's just us then.
And he leapt into the fray as well. The two men were soon on the ground, swiftly beaten unconscious.
If this is a trap,
the darkness threatened.
Then I'm in it too,
Blue answered, acknowledging his comms were out, as he reached for the door nearby, slipped a tool out, and slid it open without sounding any alarms. A gas puck floated slowly down on a tiny parachute onto the vent above the camera room, and hissed gas onto them until the men inside were out cold.
There goes security.
The darkness dropped another black device down the vent.
And there goes the recordings.
That's a very small but rather strong magnet, isn't it?
Simple, but effective.
You hear something?
A thug said as he stood guard at the elevator. Another turned to him, and then after an exchange of looks, they both turned back down the hall. Nothing. They shrugged and turned again, but only to be smashed in the face.
This is the first floor for processing. They're all in that room there. Not a lot.
Good.
But not immune. No gas. Just fighting. Got it?
Several criminals inside a room oversaw the indoctrination process of getting girls high if they weren't already, photoing them and sorting them to rooms. A knock at the door brought one of the thugs to it.
Who is it? Housekeeping. What? We ain't got no male housekeepers. Jim, is that you?
Smash! A mechanical fist blasted through the door, breaking the man's nose. The lights suddenly flickered off on the whole floor. Everyone inside panicked in the dark. Blue in the darkness filed in and smashed evil men. When the last man fell, Blue motioned for quiet, and he in the darkness walked out of the room.
Hey, the boys sent to the roof to check on the noise. They ain't reporting in.
All right, go to the roof then. Blue stood lookout, while a computer terminal revealed its data and emailed itself off to various federal authorities in the nation, accompanied with a false confession paragraph of an anonymous tipper.
Come in. Back office. Something ain't right. They're out cold, and there used fireworks here. Okay. Just stay put in case. I'll make all the floors check in and see if anything is wrong. Wait. I think I see something. It's oh no, please, no, not that, help me, someone, please, anyone know,
The thug stared at his radio in fear after hearing the toughest man he ever knew from the street scream literally like a girl. Then, when he found the nerve, he grabbed it and broadcasted wide to every man in the building.
Everyone, to the roof, this is not a drill, everyone, lock the girls up, pinch it off, pull it out, whatever, get to the roof. This is a code black, I repeat, a code black. It's I say again, you moron.
And the man spun to see who had corrected him, but only saw Blue Shadow's fist instead. Doors to the roof busted open, and men poured out to find nothing.
Hey, what's the big deal? There's nothing out here.
They all stared about, wondering what was going on. Then they saw it. A man was strung from the water tower.
Wait, is that Jamal? I don't know, man. I feel a little spooked. Look how he's strung up. And look what they did to his face. He looks undead. What are you talking about? No, he doesn't. Oh, what just moved over there? Nothing did, it's just a pigeon. Is there a cloud passing by, guys? It's getting hazy. And that's just the pollution. And the smog from the fireworks. Crap, he's a vampire! I knew it!
And then the gunshots went off. and then the fighting broke out. Rage and reactive, tense anger mixed with fear, terror, and sheer outright panic, ever growing, constantly escalating. And then they dropped in, from the top of the water tower, the cyan gaze. And when any thug turned, they simply saw the blue shadow also descend from the weather antenna, and they joined the fray. Bones broke, men's minds melted with fear, and evil was punished. Cop cars pulled up to the bottom of the hotel. Suddenly, some unmarked black cars slid up to a stop as well, and suited men sprinted out and called for backup. The blue shadow and the dark-clad warrior stepped over many downed unconscious thugs, as they silently assessed their small battlefield, and saw none left standing to oppose them. Marching off, the darkness and shadows' steps echoed in the night, one heavy and electronic, Blue's merely heavy boots. Later, they stood near the edge of a nearby building to watch the sweep-up of the thugs from afar.
You here to stay permanently?
Only until this human trafficking ring is destroyed on this end, and my business here is complete.
Where to after that, then?
That's for me to know.
You still don't trust me?
Half of this work is enigma.
Of course. Listen, you're good. I could use you against mayhem. You sure you won't stay?
No. I made a promise.
They both stared out at the night sky as the moon finally appeared from behind the thick clouds.
Let's just get this out into the air, then.
The dark-helmeted being tilted its gaze some as if interested.
I know you're a woman.
And the helmet spun to stare at Blue staring at the moon.
The tech helps you. A lot. Just be careful.
The black mask chuckled in the augmented, disturbingly way it did. Blue winced at the sound.
Don't worry about me, hero.
Her helmeted head returned to its moonward stare.
By the by, is there a Mr. Darkness?
Shadow said with a joking air for caution. The mask nodded, making another chuckle.
Yes, but we're divorced.
It froze deadly still, as did Blue. Blue slowly turned his head with an expression of fear and complete disbelief. He took a step back, his gaze intense. The dark figure shifted its hand down, and several blades began to hum with electrical charge.
Phoenix?
It spoke almost as if beside itself.
Lucia.
Blue noticed the blades. The black helmet turned to look up at him, and its cyan electronic gaze ignited.
Wait, why does this mean we have to start fighting?
Because you're next.
What?
Blue still made no movement for his weapons.
You were at the gala, looking for me to track my girls. You were at the show. You were in the alley. You were there every step of the way, pretending to be innocent, but scanning the crowds for marks. It's you. It's always been you. You're the end of this international trafficking ring. You used me.
Gas began to seep out of various unseen ports.
No, Lucia.
Don't.
I was looking for Hex at the galas.
The politician? Do you really expect me to believe that he is mayhem?
Only as much as you believe I'm a human trafficker. Why would I thwart my own operation as I have? Thoroughly.
A moment of tension passed between them. Then the humming stopped, and the gas dissipated. Blades retracted. Blue visibly relaxed. There was silence between them, for a while.
Then
The mask crackled, as armored gloves reached up to remove it. Clasps and airtight seals and latches retracted automatically, as those hands lifted the helmet off and set its heft down onto the brick next to it.
I am, but only to one person. Mr. Phoenix. That's not really your name, is it? No. A disguise? Kind of. The new identity that took over my own. So you aren't rich? Oh, the investment's real. The money isn't mine, though. I represent its original owner.
She nodded.
I'm not permitted to reveal all my secrets, but I'm just a nobody who grew up a bit north of here.
Wonderful. They both spun. A gunshot went off. It bounced hard off Lucia's armor. Blue threw a boomerang. The gun instantly and painfully knocked from the shooter's hand.
Ow!
The flamboyant voice was fairly obvious, as was the face that stepped back into the light near the door.
Ah, I hate you! How on earth did just the two of you stop all of this?
He held his bleeding hand as it dripped.
You,
Blue said.
Yes, me! I'm surprised you remember me at all, considering how much I was trying to get your attention with no luck.
Blue grimaced with disgust. Flashes of their interaction danced through both of their memories. The gala exit, the walk viewing, the wink, the running into him in the hall from the back of the show, the unwelcome flirt behind stage.
You're head of all this?
I can't believe you stopped all of my operation. I was making more money than I ever did legit in the hotel industry. But I'm sure the news will pay handsomely to know who you two really are. Or I'll just blackmail you to keep me safe from the police.
He sprinted towards them with a small knife. Darkness simply stepped to the side, and Blue deflected it with his forearm armor blades, and then sidestepped again. The man then leaped at Blue, who merely shoved the skinny man's wry frame beyond him, using the man's momentum to send him into an air vent that he slammed into a little too hard.
You don't even know how to fight, do you?
I know enough, you...
Blue punched him in the nose. The man stumbled backwards with a horribly pathetic sob, and then spun and leaped at Blue again, the tears in his eyes from the hit clouding his vision. Blue awaited contact, but his opponent's blurred vision kept the vested man from seeing the pipe ahead. That then tripped him. That also caused him to stumble off balance into the side of the wall of the dilapidated building. That instantly crumbled. Rip. His pants leg was all that saved him, until it too near instantly gave, just as Blue caught his fancy shoe, which near instantly slipped off as Blue tried to lift him to safety.
Ah!
Blue looked on, expression aghast, as he saw the face a man makes as he plummets to his judgment. Lucia stepped up to also look down, but with a scowling grimace of bitter judgment. Later, Adam and Kathy sat and stood respectively in the lair. One of the monitors played the local news.
The fashion gala has finally ended here, and with a huge turnout and success. Well, except for the weird cross-dressing stuff from Europe, Frank.
That's right, Janice. They'll be hurting even more after they see the success of one very specific themed fashion line.
I don't even know what to say about all this. That was just another weird one.
Kathy mused as she opened a package with a special jacket inside.
Did any of your bugs ever get a good shot of the mechanized body armor our friend used?
Adam asked.
I'm not sure yet. I'm still going through all the video we collected since all this started.
Kathy answered as she had the various video recordings playing all at once on the various monitors at the computer station, as algorithms scanned the fighting style and appearance and motions of the darkness. Night Shadow stepped down the stairs. When you're done, start up an inquiry on how to get access to it. It'll be your new line of research, Kathy. It could be of incredible help to both of us, especially you. Unless we start you on nothing short of a human growth hormone regimen, size is always the #1 rule in physical combat, and there will always be massive evil men out there, and it seemed to serve your new friend well, whoever they are. Night Shadow inspected Adam's distant gaze. Did you ever find out who it was? Adam didn't hear, as he placed his masked helmet upon the mannequin in the costume tube, and laid his hand on the chest armor, seemingly lost in thoughts. Adam?
Huh? Oh. No. A mystery still.
Night Shadow eyed him for but a second, and then brushed it off, and returned back to the stairs once again. Well, you two did well. Take the night off. This one was rough. Kathy inspected the new chitin-based prototype body armor inner lining in Jet's dinner jacket. There she found something in an inner pocket, a small scrap paper letter, and it was signed.
What's this? Wait, who is Lucia?
Kathy asked, confused.
No one.
Adam said, almost mistfully.
For now.
Blue Shadow said to himself, as he walked toward the training pit.